Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Carl Frisch, we're so proud of you.
We are.
Thank you very much. Before we dive in, I did want to give a suggestion. Maybe you could have Trump on the show sometime, and he can confess to more crimes.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm guessing sometime today he'll be, chatting about what's in the discovery that Jack Smith had to
Sure.
go. And then maybe he can go, do not pass go directly to prison.
Look, Sean, that's when I did exactly what the indictment says.
Okay, can I just say it was a good day. Your speech, Adam Schiff's, it was amazing with Durham and after the censure. It just, he said you honor me with this. I mean, this clown show, female congresswomen calling each other bitches on the floor of the House, one of them saying God told me to impeach Joe Biden, and the likes of George Santos censuring Adam Schiff. I mean, have you ever seen a day like this in Congress?
No, and I don't think it will be the last. These are the people that put Kevin McCarthy in the speaker's chair. So this is what we're going to get.
Yeah.
This is, you get what you're designed to get. And this is precisely what the Republican majority is designed to do. Carry water for the former president.
Yeah.
And, hide in plain sight the craziness that is their majority.
Yeah. I got to say a couple other great things I think that happened yesterday. Daniel Rodriguez, the January 6th defendant who was accused of tasing former D.C. police officer Michael Fanone, sentenced to 12 plus years in prison. He yelled Trump won as the court hearing ended. And I love Michael Fanone said, he'll have about 13 years in prison to think about that now. So, know what?
They can become pen pals.
Huh?
Yeah.
Maybe they could become pen pals.
Yeah. False and unsubstantiated Georgia election board clears 2 poll workers of Trump-backed fraud claims. Miss Ruby and Shea. I mean, it just, I don't know why, Carl. I think for so many reasons, though, I am feeling more optimistic than I have in a long time. The justice is not only coming; it has started to come. I mean, obviously, we are 2 indictments in with Donald Trump.
At the pace we want, but we keep hearing about sealed filings at the federal courthouse in Washington and other things happening. So, and I believe it was Glenn Kirschner who said, I've never known a prosecutor who puts everything in the public before a trial's even begun. So we'll see what happens.
And Glenn said the same thing, by the way, Carl, we did about this clown show yesterday. He said the Republicans called for this hearing. It looks more like a hearing called by the Democrats to thoroughly expose and discredit the absurd, wasteful, corrosive, Barr Dunham orchestrated, quote unquote, let's investigate the investigators nonsense, all to cover for and protect this president. I mean, did they plan this timing? That, Adam Schiff gets to disembowel John Durham right before they censure him, proving exactly why they're censuring him.
Because the lunatic introduced the resolution just a couple days ago.
Right.
They failed last week.
And then Donald Trump bullied the 10 Republicans that voted against it last time to say you're going to get primaried if you don't vote for this. I mean, I agree with Schiff. I would take this as a huge compliment. And I was saying at the top of the show, I think this is a huge boost to his Senate campaign, right?
So, it's a badge of honor for sure. In fact, if I were him, I'd start wearing a badge.
Yeah.
A badge, something shiny that reminds people every time they see me.
I was censored by Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah. Give me, this is Schiff, and God bless him. Just, because, he has to stand in the well and be censured, right? And, he has to listen to this bull. Here he is yesterday.
This false and defamatory resolution comes at a considerable cost to the country and to the Congress. At a moment when millions of people in our home state of California are unable to find a place to live or afford a place to live, Speaker McCarthy chooses to occupy the resources of Congress for 2 straight weeks on this hollow sop to the MAGA crowd. He offers nothing to those who are homeless or addicted to opioids or to millions of college students mired in debt, but this paltry distraction. Donald Trump is under indictment for actions that jeopardize our national security, and McCarthy would spend the nation's time on petty political payback, thinking he can censure or fine Trump's opposition into submission. But I will not yield, not 1 inch.
Yay for him. By the way, Midas Touch said the Durham hearing was going so badly for Republicans that Fox cut away. This has been a total disaster for the GOP. Their entire narrative is destroyed. I mean, they are just absolutely the gang that can't shoot straight, right? I mean, I don't know how they thought this was going to, be great for them. That
I actually think they did resurrect Don Knotts from the grave to serve in Congress with them. And that sometime later this summer they will release a film, and all this time it's just been a bumbling slapstick comedy that's being filmed.
I mean, it literally in the middle of the classified documents indictment, right? The trial, may not, but it's supposed to start soon, right? Georgia jury summons have gone out. That's going to start soon. Probably January 6th is going to be charged shortly. And they used yesterday to remind us of his original crimes, right? All of them. Not just, Russia and then Ukraine. I mean, you couldn't, if you were still a political strategist, you couldn't have set this up better, could you?
No, and I think that the way that Democrats handled it couldn't have been done better either. You take what you get when you're in the minority and you try to do your best with it. When I worked in Congress in the Rules Committee, we were constantly thinking about, okay, what is the majority doing and how are we going to use that to A, advance our agenda, and B, show the American people what a farce this is. And I think that's exactly what the Democrats have done masterfully over the last 2 weeks, if not way longer.
Yeah. This is, okay, give me 23. The party of George Santos and Marjorie Taylor Greene and here's Lauren Boebert yesterday.
All glory to God. This is grace. This is God's empowerment and his ability, and staying grounded, rooted in the word of God. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And I am directed and led by him. There was pressure for me not to introduce the articles of impeachment tonight. Well, not introduce them, but bring them up and call them for a vote. And I said, I have a peace, a still in my spirit, and I'm going to be led by peace, not by the pressure from the outside.
And this is cue Marjorie Taylor Greene to call her a little bitch. You little bitch, you stole my impeachment articles. I have to imagine most of the kids in your school system are way more mature than the current Republican caucus.
No, they're not seeing this other than the mess that it is. And we've got really great kids in our school system. When I was marching in Pride the other week, I bumped into a lot of them along the way, and very proud of them.
Yeah. This is my tweet of the day. Liam said, even if you found a feral child with a pack of raccoons near a meth lab in Aurora, Colorado, and then educated on absolutely nothing but Jersey Shore reruns and ramen noodle nutrition facts, it would still have a better understanding of the U.S. Constitution than Lauren Boebert. I mean, this is, speaking of the importance of education, they just put on a master class in that that's what we were saying about all of these hearings, Carl. They keep getting outclassed and outdone by Democrats because they don't prepare. They don't have the facts. Everything you teach your students, I'm sure, they don't do. They are just there to bully and grandstand. They don't prepare. They don't have facts, and they get pantsed every single time.
Well, when you build your majority out of a house of cards built on a foundation of peeps left over from Easter because you say God told you to do that, you are bound to be embarrassed every single time.
Yeah. Just thought I'd save one for we're still in Pride Month, aren't we? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Right-wing hypocrites.
There was Carl Frisch, fancy school board member, proudly marching with Evan, his partner, in the Pride Parade. Bex tweets, Oregon pastor and founder of a Bible community, Michael Sparrow, has been sentenced to 120 months in prison for one of the 7 young girls he raped in his church. Oh, God. So that's a twist. There's a time saver because he did it right in the church.
He's a drag queen, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. Let me check. No. Yeah, no.
Not
weird.
drag queen?
Yeah.
I mean, and this is what's been so, sick. In the almost 4 years that I've been on the school board, right now during Pride Month is the time that I've been under the most intense attacks. People calling me a groomer, people, attacking the kids that I serve on the school board or their families or our staff. People saying that they want to roll back all the protections we've put in place for them. But, to quote a, respected member of Congress, I have stillness. And I'm not going anywhere.
I can
I'm not-
see why they may say that because your beard is always and your mustache always impeccably groomed. Can I just say?
Yes,
It is-
indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm not going anywhere, and everybody has been so helpful. We have our last fundraising deadline of the quarter coming up on the 30th. If anybody can help us fight back against these attacks, mooksforcarl.com, always very much greatly appreciated. And I try to call everybody and tell them thank you as well. So mooksforcarl.com, very much appreciated.
Yay.
'Cause
We appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
Yay, we're so proud.
Yay!
All right, love you, Carl. See you next week.
Thanks, Carl.
All right.